Your name, sir?
Dave Walgar.
I'm told you're a bit of an expert on this make, which is slightly unusual. Not quite what it purports to be at first.
It's an NGTA.
So let me qualify that. It's not an MGTA, which everybody knows. No. It's an NGTA.
As in November Golf. Yeah. The reason being it was designed in prior to 1979 really, by a chap by the name of Nick Green down in New Milton in Hampshire. Essentially he went on holiday to America with his wife and came back and was inundated with phone calls because it appeared in a magazine, one of the kit car magazines back in the day, and it was a success, and in subsequent years they developed a very good following and very good reputation in the kit car industry. Unfortunately the numbers are lost, but we think there's probably something in the region of 2,000 plus produced.
Right.
That's in the TA, the TF and the TC, which is one that's got the rather pretty boat tail on it.
Which do emulate the same MG nomenclature.
Basically the MGB is really a very good choice of running gear for a component car because so much of it is modular.
Yeah.
A very good example really is the front suspension, in that you can take it off an MGB and bolt it straight onto an NG chassis. There's no steering geometry to worry about for wheel alignment purposes and that. So basically it's either correct or it's bent. And then you've got an MGB engine and gearbox, which this isn't. This is from a Triumph 2000 TC saloon. I bought a complete Triumph 2000 TC
Right.
for 30 quid.
Right.
With the body attached to it.
Yeah.
And I was running that for almost 25, 26 years. It's still only 100 brake horsepower for the final setup on the rolling road, but it's all you need in the car.
Yeah.
It actually goes very well.
Pair of fairly massive SUs on there. What are they, inch and a half?
They're just a standard Triumph inch and a half SUs.
Lovely.
But the oldest part on this car is the radiator shell, which next year that'll be 100 years old. That's 1927 Morris light van, and it was a find down at the Bewley Auto Jumble about the same time when I was rebuilding it. I think I paid 40 quid for it. It took me over a week to repair it, and then it was stripped and plated and chrome plated, where it should be just nickel plated.
Well, it's an absolute credit to it. It's a wonderful looking car.
It's something a bit different, and it fools a lot of people, to be quite honest with you. This is the kind of show that I like to attend. It's a charity show, so it's raising money for good causes, and that's very important. And there's a number of shows around the southeast that I go to, and some of the other NG Owners Club members go to, because they are charity fundraisers. Here you've got a great variety of cars. You've got a few what I call component cars. You've got the classics. You've got some performance cars, and of course you've got the hot rods as well.
Yeah, this is what we're trying to illustrate, the diversity, extraordinary diversity
right.
of cars here.
And with this sort of show, and also the breakfast meetings are very important as well, because they're quite confidence giving to people who are building or people who are restoring things, so it's a source of knowledge.
Yeah. You see what can be achieved.
Yeah, exactly. There's a saying which I think is great: old gold is still gold. And for people that have got the knowledge, they can hand it on to other people if they're prepared to share it, because that's the value of what we have, is actually sharing.
Exactly so.
It's very valuable to people.